The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Oh, yeah, cats and kittens, welcome back to The Commercial Break. I'm Bryan Green. This is my dear friend and co-host, Kristen Joy Hoadley. Best to you, Chrissy.
Best to you, Bryan.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. I got a few hot items I want to talk about. So let us not delay. 1 second. Let's talk about the Met Gala, which I know is weeks old at this point. It happened weeks ago at this point, but what the fuck is going on at the Met Gala? Everyone's dressed up like a Furby or painting themselves in silver or wearing ridiculous costumes.
This is high fashion. You wouldn't understand.
I know it's high fashion, and I get that high fashion does not always coincide with common sense.
Everyday wear,
yeah.
I think that's the point.
Yeah. I know a little bit about the model industry. Mainly, I look at them a lot. And, I understand. Like, having your left nipple out walking down the streets of New York is probably not what you're going to wear to work. But the furries? Well,
it was because I think Karl Lagerfeld was the designer. Lagerfeld. He was the inspiration, and he had a cat that he loved. And so
Karl Lagerfeld had a cat, and we all got to dress up like a cat now?
Some people chose to go with the cat theme.
Wow, that's crazy.
Did you see Jared Leto? He went full cat.
Yeah, but that doesn't surprise me about Jared Leto.
I know.
He's got to find a way to keep his name in the lights. I had a girl that I dated. Her little brother was so into Jared Leto's band, 30 Seconds to Mars or whatever. Is it 30 Seconds to Mars?
I don't
30
know.
Minutes to Mars? It's like more like 30 Days to Mars. Guys, come on, let's get it together.
30 Minutes to Mars.
Yeah. But that 30 Seconds to Mars, but he was so into that. Angels and Airwaves is whatever. Anyway, Angels and Airwaves was some prophetic album. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Jared Leto, great actor, not such a whatever with the cat suit. But here's my point. I actually thought that this might be like a little nod to the furry community, right? This might be like a little nod saying, hey, you're mainstream. We love you. Keep dangling your dongles with all those animal suits on, and we're all behind you here. And so
could have been a secret underlying
like a furry conference that we just didn't know about, like the world's most exclusive furry convention was happening at the Met.
$50,000, so
doesn't surprise me. You and I are going to go one time, and we are literally going to wear what we wear in the studio, a white t-shirt. It is going to be all the rage. I just had to point out that everybody had some kind of fur on, and I guess it's because of the cat or maybe the furries. I don't know. But that Met Gala, man, every year becomes a bigger and bigger ordeal. Every year, more random human beings show up at it that I just don't understand why they're there. Pete Davidson? I mean, I get it. Yeah, he's a hot topic, and he's definitely going to want to be photographed there because he's not currently with any beautiful woman that we know about.
That's coming, though.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. I think it's going to be Trump's wife, actually.
Right.
Someone was saying that. I thought that was funny.
That is funny.
Melania is her name. So the Met Gala. But then I saw a little side piece that was kind of generally related to the Met Gala, which is Steven Tyler from Aerosmith is now being sued. Have you heard this story? Have you read the Aerosmith, his biography? Because I know you like to read those rock star biographies. I do love
the rock doc biographies. I have not, but it's kind of on my list. But I feel like I kind of know.
Steven Tyler back in the 70s. Yeah, I mean, anything Steven Tyler does should not surprise anybody. That guy is a full-on rock and roll star. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll to this day.
Yep.
Still partaking in sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Steven Tyler may say he's sober, but that's only in between getting fucked up. So the truth about his life is it's been a little twisted.
Yeah.
When he was just getting famous in Aerosmith, as they were like taking off back in the 70s, he met a woman, a girl, who was, I think, 15 at the time, then turned 16. He then went to that girl's house because he thought she was so attractive. He went to her house, met her mom, and had her mom sign over a custody agreement so that he could take her out of state and have sex with her. By all accounts, that's exactly what happened.
Normal.
That's what Steven says in the book. Well, he says I was in love with her, but yeah, come on. Love is, please. Your love is 16-year-old girl?
Yeah, lust with her?
Lust, exactly. So he signs over. Now, here's the kind of disturbing part, and this is not
that the parents did that?
that the parents did that.
Oh my God.
Then Steven would like leave for a month at a time to go on tour or whatever, and he would leave her in some apartment in New York City. And one time and then he would have people go and check on her, right? So one time,
Like his little pet.
like a little pet, like a little caged animal, which is kind of disturbing. So this
Not kind of, but it is.
horribly disturbing. So she gets pregnant. Steven goes out on tour. The apartment building sets on fire. The actual apartment sets on fire. And she has she inhales a lot of smoke and damage. She's pregnant.
Oh.
So Steven then convinces her that she needs to get an abortion because of the damage that it's probably caused to the baby, to which she does. And now she has this abortion. And now, whatever it is, 45 years later, she's suing him because he didn't mention her name in the memoir, but an Us Weekly story
Figured it out.
months before his memoir came out, figured it out, found her name, and now she's been all over the media and the press talking about her relationship with Steven, and now and only now is she suing him for this mental distress that she's having. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, you're going to have mental distress if you're a 16-year-old and there's a 25, 26-year-old man that takes you away from your parents and then locks you in an apartment for months at a time while you go on tour and shoot yourself full of heroin. Like, Steven Tyler has never been a role model to me. I like some of his music, but, I never thought of Steven Tyler as like a grade A human being, right?
Right.
He's just kind of I don't know, he seems like to me, like a guy with a whole lot of ADD that doesn't know what to do with it. He seems like the kind of dude that you sit down to have dinner with and he doesn't shut the fuck up and he doesn't finish one thought. You know what I'm saying? And you get irritated the whole time. He seems very scattered to me. And I think now there's a 2-year statute of limitations on this kind of mental distress, right? So he's claiming in court that she can't sue him. He never said her name, blah, 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 blah. And that at the time what he did was legal and, all this other stuff. And now that it's frowned upon, that doesn't mean it. I say, if I'm Steven Tyler and I'm anyone of a decent human being, any semblance of a decent human being, I'm saying, how much do you need for your pain and distress?
Right.
Because, what I did was kind of fucked up. And you're certainly free to tell your truth, but I want to help you through the situation. Mm-hmm. So financially, what does that mean for you? Because Steven Tyler has more money than fucking God, probably. And, this lady who you basically kidnapped for like 2 years.
We don't know actually what happened. What happened when the breakup happened? Did he give her money then too, or
I don't know.
I don't
know.
See,
I didn't read any of that part of the story.
There's two sides to every story, and then there's the middle.
There's my side, there's your side, and then there's the true story, right? Which is somewhere in the middle. And I get it. It's a lot of back and forth.
Fucked up.
But this is this is not an uncommon story to hear in rock and roll. Didn't Jerry Lee Lewis marry his cousin when she was like 13 years old?
Yes.
Didn't Elvis get Lisa Marie when she was like 13 years old? This is time in memoriam says that rock stars like young chicks and they're willing to take them from their parents. It's so twisted. First, how would you ever let your daughter, I don't care what year it is, how would you ever let your daughter be taken away by some rock star who requests custody of your child?
Yeah, the whole custody thing's weird.
Well, you can't take her across state lines because that's the law. You can't take minors who are not your children across state lines without the permission of the parents. When my kids go to my parents' house, they have documentation that they're allowed to have my children and that in any emergency situation,
oh, wow,
here's their information and here's my permission for them to make decisions about my child's care. You just don't think about these things until you have 12 to 14 children or however many we got running down. It's just like this whole story is so twisted to me. And I don't see why Steven isn't just taking the tact, the route. Some lawyer around him is not saying, hey, dude, this looked bad back in 1977 or 1973. It's looking bad in 2023. Let's do what's right here and let's sit down with this woman and find out exactly what she needs to recover from this distressing.
I would say they went that route.
You think so?
And, maybe what she wants is the publicity and the recognition and to like screw him for look what he did to me, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess, maybe you're right. There is two sides to every story. And maybe Steven feels like he's being done wrong. Like, hey, we already settled this a long time ago. Now you're bringing it back up so you can get some more of my money. Now that I got that American Idol cash, you want to come after me? By the way, worst years of American Idol. I don't watch it anymore, but worst years of American Idol were the Steven Tyler years. He was such a hot fucking dramatic mess. That guy is like...
I haven't watched that show in a long time.
No, it's not. It's now everybody's also... like. Speaking of rock stars, Astrid's like, oh, what an amazing story Taylor Swift has. And I'm like, what amazing story? She came from nowhere and she made herself. And I'm like, ho. Let's roll the tape back a little bit on the Taylor Swift thing. I don't want to bum anybody out about Taylor Swift. But her dad was a very famous, not a very famous, but a very well-to-do money manager, financial advisor. Her mom was the head of a mutual fund in Nashville. So that she didn't come from like the streets. This wasn't Jewel. She wasn't homeless in the back of a car and had to blow flea or whatever it is.
Well, I guess maybe what Asher was talking about was creative or career-wise.
Oh, man.
Look what she did. Because she
forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no arguing what she's done with her career since. How she got there, how she got to that fame. Everybody takes their own path, and I'm not knocking it. If I was Taylor Swift, I'd take every opportunity that I could, too, if that's what I truly and passionately wanted to do. And Taylor, by all accounts, is very hands-on in her stagecraft, in her music, in her creativity, in every part of the business. Mm-hmm. So she is a true, bad bitch. Taylor Swift is a true bad bitch. So I don't want to take that away from her.
Speaking of cats, though, as a side note, do you know that her cat is worth $50 million?
Her cat?
Yeah, it has its own Instagram account.
Wait, her cat has its own Instagram account that's worth $50 million?
Yes.
What the fuck are we doing with our lives? Can't Blue start...
I just looked this... Yeah, Blue.
Can't Blue start her own Instagram account?
You should start an Instagram for Blue.
Oh my God, people they'd leave Instagram in droves. They'd be like, what's that? What's that rat that's barking all the time? What is that?
You should, though, as a bad dog, bad dog account or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Bad Blue.
World's worst dog. At World's worst dog.
Bad Blue.
Olivia
Benson is the cat's name, and she's worth millions of dollars.
Because of the traffic that she gets on the Instagram account?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, Chrissy. This really makes... I swear to God, it's really... here's $1 billion for your music career. Here's $50 million for your cat.
Wait, I stand corrected. It's worth $97 million.
Fuck you, everybody else. My farts are worth millions. Every time I fart, it's $1 million. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I think we need to get Blue in on the game. Come on. Brian.
Definitely. We got to do something. If people don't start paying us, we got to do something. I swear to God. Bad Blue. That's it. Bad Blue.
Bad bitch Blue.
Bad bitch Blue. I better take that name before we release this episode, because I know you smart fuckers out there are going to be taking that name and posting pictures of me barking. Bunch of assholes.
You can get pictures of Blue rolling in the dead animals.
In the dead wood.
And the stinkweed, the crotch rot.
Yeah. She's pissing on every carpet in the house.
Yeah, take a picture of the pee pad.
Listen to this.
Get Astor.
You know how...
You could stage a photo with you being like, no.
No, I don't need to stage a photo. Just anytime I'm outside the studio in my own house, just wait 3 minutes and you'll hear Bryan go, Blue, no! Stop it! Shut up! Sit down!
Bad bitch Blues bark.
Yeah. Once you get past the fourth word, no one's typing that shit in. When I first found out, we just told this story in the last episode about Blue and the crotch rot and the whole nine. It's a tree disease, and she's eating the tree disease, and now she smells like a dead horse's asshole. I mean, it's awful. What I didn't tell you is that when I found out she was eating, the first time I saw her doing this, I got so angry at her. Like, my wife was leaving. I look outside. Blue is over there eating this crotch rot off of a tree, this diseased tree, and she's eating it. And it's also harmful to dogs. And it smells terrible. So she smells terrible. So I'm yelling at her outside. I'm like, Blue, get inside. Get, let's go. My neighbors think I'm crazy. Probably called ASPCA on me 30 times. So Blue comes inside the house, and I'm like, Blue, you don't eat that. Blah, 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 blah. Then the baby wakes up. This is not but a minute later. Baby wakes up probably because I'm yelling at Blue. Baby wakes up.
Yes,
And so
I can imagine.
I go into my bedroom and I put the baby on the bed and I'm like cooing with the baby. And oh, that's the baby.
Yeah, the little sweet
Look at
little
your baby.
baby.
This is daddy. This is you. Daddy. You know, talk like a bumbling fucking idiot for 15 minutes.
This is daddy.
Yeah.
This is she.
People think I'm cool on the commercial break. You should check me out when I'm talking to my daughter. Who did a pee pee boo boo? Who likes to pee pee boo boo? Oh, who let a little farty? Oh, a little farty. Oh, your farty smells.
It's just automatic that when
I
you get around
know.
a baby, because whenever I go to see her too,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my little Miranda.
Oh,
You're so sweet. You're so cute. Look at those little feet.
I know.
Look at those little feet.
I can only imagine that at that age, like I imagine them like a boss baby or like Stewie or something. Well, you bumbling idiot. Stop talking about my farts. I know they smell. And if I could wipe my own ass, I would.
All right, old man, I get it. You like my pee-pee poo-poo. Shut up. Give me some food. Where's a tit? You don't have any tits. I don't care what you have to say. Ba-ba boo-boo, gaga goo-goo, princess this, princess that. You know what I really want? I want to go to a strip club and do some blow and drive fast down Georgia 400. That's what I want. How do I go faster? Gaga goo-goo, fuck you.
So anyway, I yell and then I go and I take the baby and I lay down. This is not but 2.5 minutes later. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, what's that? You got a little poopy in your diaper?
I don't have a poopy. That ain't me. That's your shitty asshole dog. That's what that is. Gaga goo goo. Fuck you.
So I start smelling poop and I'm like, oh, you made a poopy.
Yeah.
Here, let me smell your ass. Then you do the parental move that every parent does. That had any child been, 15 years older, you'd be automatically arrested, which is you stick your nose directly in their asshole and you're like, oh, no, that's not you. What is that? Blue shit on the rug next to my bed, like right next to where I was laying.
God.
She literally took a dump right next to where I was laying. She got upset that I yelled at her about the crotch rot wood, and then she decided to take a shit next to my bed. Not only is the dog the worst dog ever, the dumbest dog ever, the loudest dog ever, but she's the most vengeful dog ever, too.
She is very vengeful.
Yes. She does not let shit go. She's just like, oh, yeah, I hear you. What you gonna do about this? I know you're not going to let me on the street. You just spent $7,000 on a new knee. You're too cheap, old man. I know you're not letting me go anywhere. So you know what? There you go. Take that. Here, now I'm going to lick your daughter's lips. Which is the favorite move of Blue. Today, after that crotch rot thing, I was like, no one let that dog anywhere near my baby. I come out and the dog's licking my baby's lips. Why? Because she likes the smell of rotten milk. Fucker. Fucking asshole.
Oh, the thing is that we had a dog like that growing up. Her name was Suzette.
Oh.
And she was a little
than Blue.
toy poodle. And I think, sometimes when you get dogs, they can be inbred.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's what
Well,
happened.
I think that Blue
That's why mutts are the best. But
Blue was bred by some fucking
yeah.
cow fucker up in North Georgia. She might be like inbred like from the actual family. She might have had that guy's dick in her. I don't know. Their mom was having an affair with the guy in the trailer. I'm not even sure what was going on. That was a whole scene. I've
driven to those scenes before.
When you have 5 couches in your family room, none of which you actually paid for, it's likely you're having sex with some animal. So, yeah. Oh, and you know what? By the way, Steven Tyler, if you want to take away a young girl, you feel free to come get Blue. I'll be happy to sign over custody.
Yeah.
Oh man, these dogs. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. I mentioned the Met Gala and Aerosmith. You know, some of us just aren't afforded the luxury of just picking up and signing custodial orders, picking up women.
No.
So we have to rely.
Nor should that be a thing.
No, I don't know. We should do. Seems like something some people in our government would take up right now.
It's so crazy. You never hear of a woman doing that. Like, hey, going to the young boy's house.
It's time for women to take over. It's time for women to take over. I swear to God, I've just given up on my kind. I've given up on my kind. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't. I can't get over it. Some of these fucking nudniks in charge. It's just like, what are you thinking? How do you think that plays well?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the complete opposite. They do things that 70% of the population has no interest in them doing. And then, they're just talking to this 7 guys whacking their puds behind their fucking Xbox.
What did you call somebody earlier? A cock knocker?
Yeah, cock knocker. Cock knocker. Whatever that means. So some of us aren't afforded the opportunity to just pick up women and take them across state lines. So we have to go the old-fashioned route and actually make them like us. Luckily, there are some real experts at this type of material, and we refer to them affectionately as PUAs. PUA. Au point.
Au
point. A PUA, a pickup artist. One of our favorites is Adam Lyons. Adam the Liar, as we affectionately call him,
yes.
as we affectionately would call him right here at TCB. I'd like to get Adam's advice on how we do that opening pickup line, how we do the approach, as they call it. The approach. I think we've done a lot of like generalized videos about PUAs, but we've never quite gotten into the actual details. So let's see if by watching a video that specifically says they'll get into the details, we can get into the details.
All of them say they're going to get into the details, but then they don't.
Let's see if this is the same thing.
Okay, this could be the one.
This could be the one.
This could be the
you
time.
You never do know. So without further ado, Chrissy, I was trolling on the internet.
As you do.
As I do. I found Adam the Lions. Adam the Lions.
Adam the Liar.
Adam the Liar talking about how to make that cold approach.
The cold approach.
What in the fuck did we just see?
I don't know. Is it like a Bush video from 1990?
I know. It was like so what you don't see, go to youtube.com/the commercial break. What you can't see is like there's a little intro. They call it an intro or an outro to the video, where it's just usually played on every video. It's a little thing and pictures and a logo or whatever. This had a guy
black and white street. There was
street
heroin.
Lights,
might have been
heroin. Yeah, there were needles. There was a computer from 1991. I don't even know what's going on here.
And then it says PUA training.
Here he goes.
Pua. Yeah.
Pua. Yeah. Pua, yeah, brother. Pua, yeah. Remember the ShamWow?
Yes.
ShamWow. Yeah. Pua, wow. Pua, wow.
You love about this is if somebody's standing and they're standing on their own in a bar, you kind of want to make it.
Speaking of young girls, how old is that girl?
I don't know. She's either really short or 12. Yeah. Yeah, she does look young, doesn't she?
Yeah.
But Adam looks young in this. This is like, I don't know. I got to guess at least 10 years ago.
Is he in like a, where is he?
I don't know.
It's like at the carpet.
Yeah, we're looking at Adam's in a room. He's with a girl that looks like, this looks like 1999, honestly. She looks like a really skinny Snooki.
Yeah.
That's about 15 years old. And then she's all tanned and fanned and all fantastic.
Yeah.
Adam is wearing a typical white guy outfit. He's wearing a button-down white shirt from Banana Republic with jeans that are too big for him. And then shoes?
I
Are
think
those
those are
shoes?
socks.
Oh, he's got socks on.
Yeah,
Because I'm always hanging out in the bar in my socks.
Well, he's not in a bar. He's in a house.
No, I know.
Some
He's
kind
in
of
a
staged house. Like, it's so weird.
It's probably an old hotel they're about to blow up and tear down. And he's like, do you mind if I use this for a few minutes? I'm quite broke. My YouTube career hasn't taken off.
Pua.
Pua. Pua. Pua.
Obvious what you're doing, as smooth as I might like to be, if I'm approaching, I'm approaching. I could try this.
If I'm approaching, not approaching. I'm approaching, approaching?
If I'm approaching, I'm approaching. Are you really? Yeah. Stands and next walks. Standing next to her.
But it wasn't that smooth. You know, she knew I was approaching. I'd been better off just going straight up and approaching.
Did you see that? I approached and she knew I was approaching. It'd be better off if I come up from behind her and go, excuse me, can I have your phone number?
Just approach.
Just approach.
Alternatively, make it...
Chrissy, no need to approach. Just approach.
Yeah.
You're taking the wrong approach to the approach. You just need to approach. When you're approaching, just approach appropriately.
When you're approaching the approach.
Yes, when you're approaching the approach appropriately. Now I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
I had no interest approaching. So I don't want to stand and make it look cool. I kind of just want to come over, chill out, relax, not even look at her, look at someone else in the bar, maybe whip out my phone, have a look at my phone a bit, completely ignore the girl.
Maybe I want to whip out my dick, whack it a little bit, prime the pump.
Completely ignore the girl.
Show her what I'm working with. Don't worry about the girl. She's not important in the equation. Remember, it's just approach.
Laugh. That's crazy. Look at that. There's the open.
Oh. Wait, hold on.
What?
So you can get this in the listening audience. What Adam says is, don't just walk up to a girl and start talking to her. Stand next to her. Take out your phone.
Up.
Take out your phone.
Sidle up.
Yes.
Not saddle up. Sidle. Sidle up.
Take out your phone.
Laugh.
Start looking at something and then go, that's hilarious. Look at this. You know what most women would do in 2023? Bear spray. That's what you would get. Bear spray.
Also, you better be sure you had something funny on your phone.
I don't have anything funny on my phone.
Were looking up.
Yeah. What's funny? My Instagram account full of Venezuelan models.
Look at this.
Look at this. Look at these huge tits.
That's the approach.
I see something crazy, I bring somebody else into it. It comes a bit more under the radar. But in reality, if they're just standing there, you kind of want to make sure that you go in and open. Now,
go in, whip out your phone, whip out your dick, say, phone or dick, which one do you want to see first? Because I got something interesting on my phone, but I can make something interesting with my dick.
There's some other key points to somebody that's standing in. The most important is you want to lock in. Locking in is so important when you're talking to somebody.
You walk up, you put handcuffs on your wrist, and then you put handcuffs on her wrist, and now you're all locked in. 30, and then you say, next 24 hours, you're coming with me. I sign custody papers with your parents.
Because if you don't, it looks like you're the one that's hitting on the girl. And you want to change that as fast as possible. You want to make...
She's like, I'm just 12.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's saying.
Who's
the
man?
Uncle Adam.
Uncle Adam? Why is that video camera taping us? Mommy said you were taking me to a movie. Aww.
We'll get to the movie after I teach none of these people an approach.
Why are you talking like there's an audience? There's no one here. There's no one that's ever here when you do videos, Adam.
It looked like she's hitting on you. Not just for her, but for the rest of the room. Because she might absolutely hate me, and this could go really, really badly.
I have a feeling it is.
I want it to look like she was hitting on me, and I wasn't interested. Because the only way a situation looks bad is by your reaction to it. So, for example, when I'm talking to a girl, one of the first things that I'll do...
Wait, the only way a situation looks bad is by your reaction to it? No, douchebag. If you come up and try and cold approach a girl by showing her something funny on your phone, you look bad regardless of what your reaction to it is.
God.
But I get into a position where I'm more locked in than her. So if I'm talking to her, again, we can use the 3-finger tap to get her to look. I can be talking from here.
Again,
3-finger tap.
Again, we can use the 3-finger tap.
Again? How many times in an approach are we using 3 fingers? Because that's kind of creepy. You're telling guys how many fingers to use? Because in my world, touching a woman unwarranted, unrequested, is probably just a bad idea in general.
With 1 finger, much less. What is that?
Here's the only reason you touch people in public.
Claw-like?
Yeah. Like this. You just hook them in with your 3 fingers.
The 3.
Yeah. Or you go 3 in the pink, 1 in the stink. But those are, there's a special kind of woman for that. Just share it with you.
That's not on the first approach.
No, not on the first approach. That's on the second approach. On the first approach, you use 1 finger. Then you go straight to 3. But my estimation is the only reason why it's appropriate to touch someone you do not know in public, someone that you do not already have a relationship with, is if you're in a crowd and you're moving around, you don't want them to spill a drink or hit you or something like that, and you put a gentle hand on the back.
Or just say, behind you.
Yeah. Behind. Corner. You use restaurant terminology. Corner. Which no one else understands. But if you've worked, you could find out who's worked at a restaurant
by saying that.
Go to a crowded bar, turn a corner, and go, corner, and watch how many people move out of the way. Those people worked at a restaurant. It's embedded into their heads.
That looks like she's flirting over her shoulder and opening me, old school style, over her shoulder. Look at you. Check you out. Look at you. Anyway, so you can see that she's...
Whoa.
God. Gross.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Look at that hair. I had a roommate one time who colored his hair like that. Like he made the tips, he frosted the tips with all kind of different colors. Yeah. He was a douchebag.
Trying to open me over the shoulder. It looks like she's chatting to me. And if I can get her to change her body language completely, I can make it look like she's really hitting on me.
And make it look like everybody in the bar thinks I'm cool.
That's right. Everybody in the bar thinks I'm cool because she turned around to talk to me after I put 3 fingers on her and found something funny on my phone. Now watch as she spills her drink on me and kicks me in the nuts.
Know that it doesn't work is by the reaction that comes off. And usually my reaction, especially if I'm leaning here and she's giving me a mouthful because she's turning around here and she's shouting at me because I've really upset her and I've done it really badly. Not that should happen, but maybe it is, right?
So you're telling me that has happened before, Adam?
Yeah. First of all. Second of all, you're not teaching men how to approach a woman at a bar. You're teaching men how to not be embarrassed by at a bar with other men around. Yeah, that's so fucked up.
You guys can't see her. And there's a wall behind me, and this wall is a good
hide the fact that she's yelling at me.
Chrissy, this is such pseudoscience. This is such horseshit. This is why half the country doesn't believe in science anymore, is douchebags like this who are making science out of nothing. Nothing.
The only way you will know if it went badly is my face. For example, if I'm here like this going, that looks bad, I'm obviously freaking out. So you always want to make sure you look cool.
Sorry,
so
I touched you with 3 fingers.
Yeah, sorry about my 3 fingers. But I don't really want to make a reaction right now because all my other PUA buddies are looking at me. Can you do me a favor? You kick me in the nuts. Just do it. Just do it. Do it behind this wall.
Yeah.
Just giving you a mouthful. You just go, hey, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to give you a bad night. Great to meet you. I'll see you around. She probably don't even want to shake your hand. She's probably like, no. So you just hold your hand up and go, have a great night. See you around. And you leave.
You touch her again. Nothing like touching an angry woman twice. I don't even touch Astrid when she's angry with me. I'm on the other side of the hall.
You walk off. No one knows. You're smiling. You're happy about it. You're not doing this. You know, you look bad.
So far you've taught guys how to get rejected, but not let your friends know you got rejected.
Yes,
because
correct.
Do you think you're the center of fucking attention when you walk into a bar? Like every human being is staring at you?
Looking at you.
Yeah.
They're watching.
You're just if that's the case.
It's Adam.
Yeah.
It's Adam the Liar.
There's Adam.
There he is.
See how he does it.
We're all getting pussy tonight. It's literally going to rain from the sky. I'll get Adam's sloppy fourths. I don't care.
Guy in Austin, great guy. He's a member of the Lair, and I really do like the guy. And he made the mistake.
Member of the Lair? I want to be a member of the Lair.
Well, he's Adam Lyons, and so he's
in
a
Lair.
OMG.
Thundercats!
Adam's Lair.
Approaching my fiance and her friends and opening them. And I felt bad for him. I did. Because they know everything about game. They've been studying it for about 4 years.
That is not his fiance. Is he pointing to her like she's the fiance? She has no ring.
Yeah, no, that's not his fiance.
He pointed at her like it was.
Well, I think he said his fiance, but that's not really his fiance. He pointed at her because he wishes he had a fiance. Right. He made it all up because that's what Adam does. Just make it up.
And so he went out there and he started using his lines. And very quickly, they started using more advanced lines on him. So So he would say something like, hey, you know what? You guys seem interesting. Do you have anything going for you more than your looks? And
What? What kind of what bars are you going to? I swear to God.
Hey, you guys look interesting. Do you have
Yeah.
anything more going on than your looks?
Did Steven Tyler pop up on a table with...
is this an interview?
That's right.
Like, can you tell me more about yourself?
Randy and Simon pop up and they're like, great approach. But here's what you did wrong.
girls went, well, you've come over to us and said that we look interesting. What is it about us that you think is interesting beyond our looks? And he went, well, it could be this. And he just, it was terrible. It was bad. It was messy. They reversed everything round on him. And the more they did it,
God forbid a guy doesn't have complete control over a situation.
I know.
It's so awful. You're teaching men just how to obfuscate and ride fences and be in gray spaces and made pseudoscience out of something that's really, yeah, of course there's science and how people are attracted to each other, but there's also a little bit of magic. And you can't teach that magic like it's a fucking class in third grade. You can't do that.
No, and if you're trying to approach a group of women and say, hey, twice, he's saying twice, they've gone up twice and said, hey, you look
Yeah, I think you're more interesting
than your looks.
Despite your
what
looks.
What else have you got?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what else do you want? Like, fuck off, dude.
Listen, I saw you reading that table tent, and I gotta
can
say,
read.
Chili's Bucko Shitties margarita package
Looks like you can
really
read.
great. Looks like you can read pictures, at least.
or he shrunk into himself and his head went down. And as he was trying to battle for the lines to use, he was like searching in his head by staring at the floor. And all anybody could see was 4 girls in a semicircle around him, berating him, and him like looking at the floor. For about
That did not happen. That did not happen.
Poor girls
Berating him.
I think all they did was ask, well, what do you see?
Well, how do you know that?
We're interested.
Yeah, how do you know that? What
Yeah, like basically get away, dude.
I mean,
Leave.
listen, there are some mean
We're
people.
berating.
This day and age, you're more likely to have an AR-15 put in your face.
God, yeah.
I mean, I don't even think I'm going to teach my kids not to approach at all.
No.
Don't do any
No
approaching.
approach.
No. Tell you what, just don't go outside anymore.
Exactly.
Let this whole thing settle down in 200 to 300
Get
years
back
from
in
now.
the bunker.
Get back in your bunker. Back in the pool. Told you it's not safe out here.
hour. Now the good news is he hung in for an hour, which is amazingly impressive because I would not have taken
An
that. from
hour?
An hour?
How long did he sit there and look at the floor?
How long was he searching for lines? An hour? And you didn't go help the poor guy? You're Adam the Lyons in your lair. Your little lion lair. I get it. It's so cute. It's like the commercial break has the break room.
That was just for a couple episodes.
Yeah, this is for 2 episodes.
I most definitely wouldn't have, but he did. But the problem is, he telegraphed to the entire nightclub that he was staring at the floor.
An hour?
And obviously wasn't having a good reaction.
No, it's this because this story is untrue from start to finish. He is literally making this up to make a point. And there's nothing quite like making a point with a story that's completely made up. Welcome to the commercial break.
Smile, laugh, be happy. You're getting it in the ear because you messed up. Don't worry about it. Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. Hey, it wasn't my intentions. You know, just here to have fun. Just chatting
take
to
these
people.
3
Whatever. Be
fingers.
cool with it.
Just take these 3 fingers. Shove them up your choo-cha. Hey,
See ya.
sorry. Didn't mean to embarrass you. Just here, giving a PUA workshop. Just trying to verbally assault you in the hopes you'll come home and sleep with me.
You're going to telegraph everything in your body language. So make sure that if you are talking to a standing set, or in fact any set that goes bad, that you're giving yourself the best
Standing
benefit.
set?
And when
Yeah, they have a set. I could get into the whole thing. I watched a whole video on this. My head almost exploded. It was such horse shit. It was by Mystery. Mystery kept on throwing out numbers and facts and scientific information, and none of it sounded true to me. None of it. Like it all sounded like fake, made up horse shit. Because you know what? That's what it is.
best is by locking in. Now, there's a great
Lock
opener
into
I
a
love to
mantle
use
like
from
this
being
one in
locked
this empty house, this model home that I'm in.
What are we?
We're
in Top Gun?
we're-
Lock in?
How are you? Like, there's not a mantle at the clubs.
I know, but
Where-
you just got to roll with his bullshit because the truth is there is no truth.
Okay.
But I do lock into the mantle.
What I'll do is I'll meet a girl and I'll lock in and I'll say, hey, I just want to ask you something. Tell me 3 interesting things about yourself.
Hey, I just want to
quick.
tell you something. Hey, I just want to tell you something by asking you something.
Quick. 3 interesting.
Quick, 3 interesting things about yourself. I'm gay. I'm not interested. You're ugly. Bye.
She'll come in and she'll start telling me some stuff. So go in, she'll start whispering something to me, whatever, it doesn't matter. And now what I'm doing,
What magical place do you go to? What magical bar do you go to?
She'll start whispering to me whatever it is. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, 3. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just keep whispering things to me. You're full of shit. You're blowing it. We've only got 30 minutes left in this hotel room. You better start making some good content or YouTube's going to kick you off.
she's listening, while she's talking to me, I'm looking around the bar. And I'll watch for another girl. And while she's talking,
I got to hear this.
I'll start making
gotta
eyes
hear
at the other girl like I'm completely bored out of my
What a
brain.
dick.
Now what I'm doing is I'm telegraphing to the other girl that this girl here, although she's incredibly hot and pretty, look hot and pretty, see? Although she's hot and pretty,
Oh my God. Oh my God, Adam.
Even though she's incredibly hot and pretty, she was just a tester
Yeah, that's
for
right.
another girl so that I could humiliate the girl that I'm just pulled into my lair.
This girl who's now whispering into my ear, I'm making ugly faces across the bar
Yeah.
at another girl that's more attractive because she's just chumming the water for the
Yeah.
next girl I'm going to date.
Yep.
Adam, I have a question for you.
How often do you masturbate?
Every day.
Yeah, every day.
telegraphing to the other girl that this girl is actually boring my brains off.
If you were dating Adam Lyons and you found this video, would you not immediately break up with him?
No, I would.
Yeah.
And I'll wait. And the girl will be wandering around. Sometimes I'll go, oh, what, really? That's great. And I'll call her over. Sometimes she'll just come over. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is.
So you're talking to one girl, then you make face. So the girl comes up close to you. You make faces at another girl at the bar, ridiculing the girl you're
Yes.
talking to, and then calling over the other girl.
When you hug the current girl, you call over. You go, come on over here. It's the other girl.
Oh,
this is never
my God.
happening
Ever.
anywhere.
No, this never happened ever.
Ever.
Guys, I know we're the old fuddy-duddies and we don't know how to use TikTok and we're not sure if Instagram works properly and we have trouble with our computers and our wires and my prostate's big and all that other stuff. I get it. But you know what comes with that? A little bit of life experience. Just a little bit. Just enough to know some things, right?
Yes.
And I got to be honest with you. I've been to a lot of clubs and bars and restaurants and parties with a lot of different people, including guys who believed they were PUAs in their own head. And the truth is, I have never, ever seen anything even remotely like this work or be tried. Or even be tried, attempted.
No. One time with me, a guy did spill a drink.
On you?
On me.
On purpose?
And then I think it might have been on purpose and then was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me take you.
And then
let
a
me take you
blowjob.
out to make up for it.
Here, let me lick your panties clean.
Yeah, it definitely didn't work.
No,
it doesn't
didn't
work.
Yeah. That was me that spilled the drink, by the way.
The girl will walk past and I'll say to this one, I'm so sorry to bother you. I just want to go and chat to this girl for 2 seconds. She's an old friend of mine. I'll then walk up to the other girl.
I just casually lie to this woman so I can go casually lie to that woman. Wow.
Grab her arm, lock it with mine and go, just play along for a minute. She'll be like, okay. And I'm sorry, that girl won't leave me alone. She's been talking to me all night. And it's believable.
What a
because I'm not
dick.
thick.
What in the
He's
fuck
the one
is
who
going
originally
on
went up
here?
to the other girl.
Oh my God, Chrissy, this is like the worst advice you could ever give
so
a man
bad.
because it's never going to work.
It's so bad.
ever. You have to assume that the women that you are dealing with
Are smart.
complete dunces. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are complete. They are like borderline rock. They're borderline potato IQ.
Well, this girl has not said one thing.
Well, she's not said one thing because she's being paid. She knows she's smarter than that.
I know, and you have to assume that
Yeah,
they're
she's
all like that.
I'll just petition YouTube to take this off the internet in a couple of years.
And she's chatting off my ear. And the girl can relate to having some guy chat to her all night and drive her mad. So what we do is build a massive amount of rapport on the fact that we both have really, really hot people chatting to us and really annoying us.
Bing, bing. I love when people click their hands together like that. It means they can whack off 2 people at the same time.
Massive amounts.
Yeah, massive amounts. And make 2 fists in front of yourself right now if you're listening at home, and then
bang them.
And then bang them together twice. And that's what people used to do back in the early 2000s, right? And what Adam looks like when he's doing is he's about to approach with 2 dicks in his mouth. Fucker.
I've got nothing interesting to say. So what I've done is I've used a really solid body language position to telegraph to another girl that I've got masses of attraction when really I don't. And I've used that to bounce off of her and kind of like...
We already knew that, Adam. You didn't have to point that out.
I've telegraphed.
I've telegraphed. I'm telegraphing.
I've got massive amounts of attraction, but really I don't.
Yeah, I'm telegraphing how much pussy I have by writing it on a big piece of poster board and bringing it into the bar.
But really I don't.
I get ass.
to open the other girl and get off with her. Not that I ever would. I'd never tell you, Steph. See? Never. So that's one of the...
I wouldn't lie to you. I only lie to all the other women in my life. You're my 12-year-old niece helping me make videos about getting pussy.
Lie to you. Only just talked about lying to women before that.
No. I didn't mean that about you women. Let's not get it confused. When I'm on video, I'm a totally different guy than when I'm off video than when I'm actually with you.
See?
Bing, bing. I click my fists together and I come a little bit in my pants because I am the ultimate alpha male, red-tipped hair and all.
He does have the red paint.
I know. It looks so bad.
Parts you want to make sure you do. Now, there's another one that's really good, which is when you've got 2 girls standing up and you've got a double standing set. So I'm going to grab...
That's when you click both of your fists together, punch them in the face, and apologize.
Double standing set.
Yeah, a double standing set.
God.
I just feel bad for the guys who are like memorizing this stuff because they aren't getting laid.
No.
This doesn't work.
No.
So they aren't getting laid.
No.
And as a matter of fact, they're getting further away from getting laid. Yeah.
It's like repellent.
I know. It's like when you're hungry, when you're
guys
hard
out
up.
there, just be yourself.
When you're hungry, when you're hard up for attention. And I've been there, right? You got on a dry streak. It's been a number of months or years or whatever it is. You almost get into a point of like sadness and desperation. And I can only imagine that if you go years and years and years, that you're like, wow. But the truth is, tomorrow is another day to get laid. And you never know when that attraction is going to occur. It could occur anywhere, literally.
Don't try and force it.
Like in a Holiday Inn in front of a fireplace.
In front of the mantle.
Yeah, in front of the mantle. The truth is, by using these tactics, you are moving yourself further away from that ever happening. Because if your default position is to remember some bullshit a guy named Adam the Liar told you, you are in deep trouble, man. Deep trouble.
The way I see it, these guys that are watching the videos and taking it to heart are like Blue with the stinkweed.
Yes, they can't let it go. They like it, but it's poison. Yeah, they're attracted to it, but they can't. They can only stomach so much before they die inside. If you believe anything Adam the Lion says, I encourage you to go take a look at his body of work in total. Because he has said so much horse shit in his time on the internet that it's hard to believe him. He's a travel agent. He's a social media expert. He's a PUA. He's a threesome. He can polyamory. He's the best polyamory that has ever walked the face of the earth. He's an asshole is what he is.
Well, he's got Dante, the baby.
Yeah, no, that's not him. That's it's the people who won't tell their kids the name.
Well,
the name of the father.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, you think there's Dante? He has a Dante? What?
Dante.
He has a Dante too? There are 2 Dantes?
No, I think we got confused.
Oh, you think he has the Dante?
I think he was the one on there on the ITV. And one of them, the name was Dante.
Oh, God. Never using that voice again. I'm not giving that guy any more love.
And she's going to come up here and stand. And what we're going to look at now is how you actually approach 2 girls who are standing up next to each other. Thankfully, Amanda's in the audience as well.
There is no audience. You can hear nothing. There is not a pin has dropped.
Perfect. So,
Here's my other niece.
she's in the middle of eating a Starbucks, but it's good. So what we've got here is we've got two girls, and they're standing by the bar, and they're talking to each other. What
What is she doing? Where did he pick these girls up from?
Like,
The fucking local mall?
I know.
I mean, now I know. Yeah, they're teenage girls.
They
is what
are. They are
Yeah.
teenage girls.
If they're not 15 or 16, they're not more than 18.
No.
By the way, so you guys can actually get close to each other. Now, in this situation, both the girls will be standing there. I
mean, one girl
And
has a
typically,
hoodie on.
They don't stand up against
Yeah,
them.
she got a hoodie with no shoes.
Her pants.
That's true.
They don't do that because girls don't like being wallflowers. If they're going to stand together, they'll be standing by the bar. It's very rare you'll see two hot girls standing in the corner of a room. That's not really what they tend to do. They might be
What
seated.
are they, zebras?
No, I've studied their species.
I've
And then-
studied their kind. Very rarely will you find a set of firm tits hanging out together across the bar. They want a peacock. They'll be right there in the middle of the action, showing their breasts to all the eligible guys. But you have a leg up because you've got the three-finger approach.
Completely different story.
Like when I found these two girls, they
Yeah.
were literally at the bar, on top of it, dancing for money, because that's where they work.
Talk about later. But they could quite often be standing up against the bar. Now, the position that I want to be in is most definitely not here. Because if I'm here, then I can't actually communicate with both of them correctly. I might be able to talk to this one and turn her around and talk to her.
Turn her
But now I've got a
around.
problem. that
Oh, God, this girl looks like she hates him.
I know she
She looks
does.
angry to be
Yeah.
there. Yeah. She's probably like, I'm taking the $100 that I
Yeah.
got paid for today, but I don't have to like it.
Bored. You feel awkward already, right? She's like, yeah. So she's going to want to get rid of me because these guys are friends. So she's going to, come on, let's go, let's get to the bathroom or something, because girls can't go to the toilet alone. So that's going to leave me in a difficult situation where I'm going to get left out. So I want to make sure that I can engage both. And the best way of doing it is to be in between the two of them. And the beautiful thing...
Just walk right in the middle of a
insert
conversation.
yourself right in between.
Just
It's
say,
called the in-between approach.
hey, you want a sandwich? How about an
How
Adam
about some meat
sandwich?
to that sandwich?
Let me put my salami right there in between your buns.
thing about having a bar or going to the bar is that you've got a really good excuse to split them both up. And the way you do it is by
Wow.
making sure you're not opening either. So if I can move you guys just here for 1 second, just so the camera can see what's going on. So I want you guys to imagine that
God forbid the camera doesn't get all this hot action going on. God forbid the camera misses one step of your I have a dream speech going on right here. This is important for the future of this real life idiocracy movie we're living.
two girls, and they're leaning up against the bar. And the bar is here, and the barman is here. And you guys are all behind the bar. I see the two
You
girls.
guys are
I
all
don't wanna
behind
split
the
them up.
bar.
Yeah, you're what? All of you are bartenders.
So I approach, not the girls, but the barman. I slip between the two girls. Sorry, guys. Hi, can I get a drink? And I'll order my drink.
That's
from the bartender.
rude. I would be pissed if
Yeah,
some guy
no,
walked in
no one
between me
does
and my
that.
friend. And you have to be like dependent on the barman that's exactly in the right position.
Well, I think you have to think about a
The
couple of
barman.
things. Yeah, the barman. You know, women can be bar women too, Chrissy. But what you do have to think about is if it's so crowded that you have to walk in between two people in order to get a drink, usually the two girls are not standing 7 feet apart,
No.
giving you the room to do that.
Exactly.
They're right on top of each other. And if you move in the middle, you're just the asshole who moved in the middle.
Yes.
I'm
like
automatically...
having a conversation with my friend, and then all of a sudden, then you're the dick who just inserted himself for a drink.
automatically pissed off at anybody who reaches over me at a bar or gets in between me and
without
my...
first saying, "Can I buy you guys a drink? I
Without-
need one too."
Yeah.
Let's all get one together. That's a good approach.
Without asking, if you get in between me, I am fucking miffed. And I will tell you to go somewhere else. I've done it.
Now, at this point, I've split up the girls. They're going to think I'm quite rude. They were having a conversation. But it's kind of irrelevant because I didn't notice them. So they'll talk to each other and I'll be talking. Now, the timing is perfect because if I do this for too long, they'll get bored and walk away. They might even tap me on the shoulder and tell me I'm rude. I've probably got about
like Bryan did.
3 to 4 seconds to try and address the bartender and then recognize my mistake and apologize to the two girls, which gives me an open. So I step in. Sorry, guys. Hey, do you mind if I just open?
Sorry, guys. You already know they're together when you say sorry, guys. And now you're going to pretend like you don't know you stepped in between them? Oh, my God. Watch this.
I order my drink. I'm sorry, do you mind if I just get a drink? Oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry. Guys, I have completely cut you guys out, haven't I? And bam, here I am in with my own.
No. Oh, suck on my dick.
Yeah. He just put his arms around the two girls.
I know. He turned them around. He put his arms on them. Imagine you're standing at a bar. For those of you
I would
listening,
be like,
two
"Get
girls,
off me."
2 girls, 7 feet apart. He walks in the middle. He says, "I'm sorry" before he does it. Then he says, "I'm sorry" again. Then he grabs them by the neck and pulls them together. Hey, you two make out. I'm a future polyamory expert.
I've both girls at once, and it gives me a position between the two of them where I can talk to both, I can keno both, and actually get into an interaction.
Keno
both. Of
both.
them.
Oh,
Also,
Keno. I didn't know the lottery was getting involved in these things now. The Georgia lottery does this now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's 1,000,000 to 1 that this would work.
Oh, my God.
So there you go.
I don't even think the chance. I think those odds are way too favorable.
Wow.
You're never going to get laid like this, guys. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And there are some of these guys have nobody in the audience like Adam. But there are some of these PUA experts, quote unquote PUA experts, artists, whatever they are, that absolutely fill a room.
I think it needs to be PUI. Pick up idiots.
Pick up idiots. Pick up ass hats is what it is. Keep the PUA. Yeah. All right. Listen, my advice to you, be a nice guy, be a gentleman, be yourself.
Be yourself.
You may not get laid today, but eventually you will find someone who likes you for you.
Yeah, you'll find your little tribe.
Yeah, and even a blind squirrel gets a nut every once in a while. You'll eventually get laid. Promise me. It'll happen. Just don't keep on telling yourself you're not going to get laid. You got to think positive. I'm going to get laid. It's going to happen. And then I'll send Blue your way. Feel free to fuck her all you want. I'm going to shut that dog up. All right.
Or take her to the park to attract girls. Maybe you should rent Blue out to guys.
Blue won't go to the park. You know what Blue does? She just barks at everybody. She's been kicked out of dog parks before. Yeah. All right, tcbpodcast.com. That's where you go to find out for more information about Chrissy and I. You can listen to all the audio, watch all the video, and get your 21 EPM sticker. We'd love to send you one. You know how you do that? Hit the Contact Us button on the website, send us your address, tell us you want a sticker, and we'll send it off. We send brand new packages every week, like a stack of packages every single week.
I love it.
Would love to include you, so please send us your address.
Prostate help.
Hashtag prostate health, doing our part. 1-855-TCB-8383, 855-TCB-8383. Questions, comments, concerns, content ideas. You can text us all those things if you want. In one long paragraph, text us all of it. Points for style, points for wit. We'd be happy to hear from you at The Commercial Break on Instagram, TCB Podcast on TikTok, and YouTube.com/The Commercial Break for fully edited episodes the same day they air here. Okay, Chrissy, I guess that's all I can do today.
I think so, Bryan.
That's all my voice is going to let me do. So I love you.
I love you.
Best to you.
And best to you.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. Until next time, Chrissy and I always say, we do say, and we must say, goodbye.